Hello everyone, I am Kurs, this is Low Manor, and with news of Season 5 competitive and the anniversary event swirling around the past few days, it's been very easy to miss little pieces of info going under the radar. We have the 4 skins that were revealed briefly, a bunch of new voice lines, but most intriguingly for us was the news that the next season of animated shorts is in progress, and hopefully on the way in the not too distant future. So let's have a quick look back at Season 1 and what we're expecting / hoping for from Season 2. Originally made up of 4 shorts, Season 1 of the animated shorts debuted in the 2 months preceding the game's official release, with Hero actually landing a year ago tomorrow, May 22nd, 2016, a mere 2 days before launch. While it seems like ages ago now, they were in fact sandwiched into 2 months, with Recall blowing us away on March 23rd, Alive just over a week later on April 3rd, before Dragons landed on May 16th. What we didn't know back then is that Season 1 had a trick up its sleeve in the form of The Last Bastion, coming out a good 3 months later on August 18th. The one uniting factor of all of these 5 Season 1 shorts is that they brought us closer to the history of the Overwatch world, with every single one being set in what is effectively the past, if you take current in-game events to be the present, though I use the term loosely. Combined with the numerous comics that came out throughout the year, these helped establish where people were, or had been, what they were up to, and gave us insight into how they viewed the Overwatch universe and their places in it. This stayed the pattern throughout up until either the Old Soldiers comic, which you could probably argue was also set slightly in the past and just occupied a more recent spot than Hero, or more definitively the Infiltration short. Being neither part of Season 1 nor Season 2, Infiltration very much has the Christmas special kind of feel to it, coming as it did during the BlizzCon opening ceremony in November last year. Aside from introducing us to the character of Sombra, this was the first short that actively progressed the story forwards, giving us more insight into the Second Omnic Crisis, potential Talon motivations, and slowly revealing some of the shadier parts of the world that had only been hinted at previously. The trend continued in the following 2 comics, Reflections and Binary, with only the Uprising event bucking the trend and going back into the past. I fully expect this to be an exception to the rule, however, and would be astounded if Season 2 didn't not only continue the trend, but progress the story forwards considerably. So, what am I hoping to see in Season 2? And more realistically, what am I expecting to see? Let's start with the latter, as we have some evidence here to work with. In a recent interview with Polygon, game director Kaplan gave us some insight into how the Overwatch team views a fact we're all very familiar with, that some of the character roster are top billing, while others have thus far faded into obscurity somewhat. We've mentioned characters that haven't even so much as had a place in a comic or short before, and given the lack of a Lorewatch on them, I always think of Lucio, D.Va, Mei and Zarya here, and I'm aware that you guys in the comments continually ask for Lorewatches on these 4. While I'd love to see these guys get some love, evidence indicates that we may end up elsewhere. In the interview, when the subject of Symmetra came up, Kaplan had the following to say: "I worry about characters like Symmetra, I think we could do a lot more with her, and we have a pretty cool arc we'd like to see her go through." This to me suggests that while I have plans for Symmetra, and I'd hazard a guess it's some kind of redemption arc and potential mental battle against her life in Vishkar, it sounds like we won't be getting a sim short just yet. This brought him onto Pharah, where he simply said, "Pharah is pretty underrepresented too, but we have huge plans for her, so I'm not worried about her." Given the fact both women have only seen coverage in a comic, the difference in response to me makes it sound like that while they have plans for both, Pharah's are much more progressed, and this therefore leads me to believe that she could make an appearance in one of Season 2's shorts. Doing what, I'm unsure of, however. She's still employed by Helix after all, and although her mother's reappearance may spark her into something new, yes, I know she knew that Anna is alive, but there's a big difference between Anna living in hiding and Anna living and travelling with 76. It's a key difference, and that could bring Pharah into the fold. As for what I'm hoping to see, there are 2 arcs I would like to see picked up and run with. The first of these is the Recall. This was the key plot point of the first short, and has been pretty much abandoned in the 14 months since. Tracer answered, but how about everyone else? Big Red Robot Guy is a fan favourite, but with Kaplan's new miniseries with IGN, it seems to have indicated that his design was an early concept for Reinhardt, when he was originally intended to come from Numbani and potentially be piloted by a little girl. It's a bit weird, I suggest you watch the video. Will we see Big Red Robot Guy therefore reused into something else? The other possibility is an introduction of a new character through receiving Winston's communication. That would be quite cool, but for some reason I kind of doubt that. The second arc is the one that was left dangling at the end of Infiltration. Katya Volskaya recruited Zarya for something. The general assumption in the community was that it would be to hunt down Sombra, but Zarya seemed pretty convinced of her purpose anyway before she even got into the room. Would she have known about the attempt on Katya's life? Certainly plausible, but Zarya is a fighter in a country in the midst of a new war. Is it therefore not also feasible that she'd believe she'd been brought in for that? A true frontline combat shot with Zarya would therefore be amazing. Think like the combat scene in The Last Bastion, the flashback bit, but modern with Zarya and Onyx and Army. Be awesome. Beyond that, there could be some exploration of the mysterious weather phenomenon that the eco points were originally built to investigate, and that May to this day is still looking into. That'd be interesting. And above all else, some insight into the leadership and motivation that drives Talon to be the devious and well-resourced bad guys that they keep proving themselves to be. That's something that I would love to see probably more than anything else. It's just some depth to who Talon are, as opposed to just a convenient bad guy. You gotta keep in mind that Sombra getting a reveal short was an exception to the rule. Neither Anna nor Orisa got one, so I would also caution against hoping that Season 2 will herald in any new heroes by themselves. That's not to say we won't get new heroes, just that the shorts will probably not go hand in hand with new heroes. That said, this is something I'd be very happy to be wrong about. Thanks for watching this look back at Season 1 of Overwatch's animated shorts, and a brief look forward to Season 2. What are you guys hoping to see? Which character do you think most deserves their moment in the sun? As ever, there's a link to our Discord in the description below that you can join. Don't forget to hit that like button if you like this episode, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the little bell for notifications on our latest content. Until next time, I've been Kurs, thanks for watching.